Go into the silence. You may have heard this before. I saw a video about this maybe 2 months ago, and I listened and I took the advice. The advice was take yourself into a silent place. Silent would be nice, but like the silence is the space in which you are not doing stuff. Just stop. Just stop doing stuff. Stop. Stop working. Stop focusing on solving problems. Stop consuming. Stop reading. Stop listening to something. Stop watching things. Stop interacting. Stop talking to people for whatever you can manage. 5 minutes, 10 minutes, an hour, 2 hours. Try what you can. The silence is rare these days. We don't spend much time in there at all. We are always engaged. I say we, I'm talking about myself, but I do see everyone around me seems to be living in a similar way these days. And I think this has been true for a long time. It's not a recent phenomenon. Maybe what's recent changes is that it's happening younger and younger, starting younger and younger in people's lives. But we don't spend enough time in this silent space. I just went into the silent space again, feeling kind of lost, like I've forgotten everything that I was doing, or have no drive or current motivation to do any of these things. I have a bunch of ideas flitting around my mind, and each one comes up and I'm like, yeah, I don't actually really care about that right now. And I don't know why I would care about that, and maybe I can just lay here and do nothing forever. But it's all just surface noise in the brain. And the first minute, it's just 1 minute. First 5 minutes, you think, what's happened? 10 minutes, no, what's going on? And then after a bit of time, the surface noise quietens down. All of the recent input, the recent habits, the recent sensory experiences, the recent information, it starts to quieten down. And then you become calm. And you didn't know that you weren't calm before, because what you were before was just whatever has become your norm, your normal state, your regular condition of being. And just by becoming silent for, I think, 15 minutes, I think I just laid on my bed for 15 or 20 minutes and I did nothing. I mean, nothing. I didn't use my phone. I didn't write things. I didn't read things. I didn't listen to things. I had no music on. My room was dark. I can hear some noises from outside, but, they're not noises that make me think about things. And some thoughts came, I wasn't meditating. I wasn't trying to silence my mind. I wasn't trying to erase thoughts, which is not really good practice in general anyway. You should just allow the thoughts to pass through. But that wasn't what I was doing here. Some thoughts came, some thoughts went. I let them exist and I let them move away. And then after that, I got up and I walked around a bit in my room, and some ideas came from a few weeks ago. Some ideas that I had and I had thought about and developed into something that I wanted to do. I'd written them down, but I'd just forgotten about them completely. And they resurfaced with really 15 minutes of silence is not much. I know that we've got busy days, but if our busy days are filled with endless cycles of repeating who we were yesterday, who we were the day before, who we were just now, who we were at work, who we were the last time we had a strong emotional experience. And all of these things become the habit. And you can think of the habit as your current default mode network of your brain. And you can get stuck into any cycle that can be habitually repeated. And you go to bed in the same cycle and you wake up, and the first thing that your brain does is try to get back into the sequence that you were doing the day before, because you don't want to lose any moment for productivity. You don't want to get distracted by the wrong things. And some days you get distracted, and then other days you're like, hey, I don't want to get distracted again. So you focus on getting yourself straight back into what you were doing yesterday, and that seems like a good thing, but what you're doing is tapping into a previous version of yourself, and that's not a bad thing. But sometimes the previous version of yourself is not who you want to be today, or is not who you want to continue to be. And maybe the previous version of yourself from yesterday, from last week, is not the version of yourself that you had a month ago. And maybe that month ago version is who you want to be running as. Maybe you want to completely reinvent yourself each day. That's also fine. That can be exhausting and it's hard to get anything done, but it's possible. The point is, go into the silence. Spend some time with yourself. Spend some time disengaged from everything except yourself. You spend long enough in there, and problems that you've been avoiding, problems that you've not tackled, not had time to tackle, or not wanted to tackle, these will come up and it will be uncomfortable, and that is okay, because life doesn't always need to be comfortable. Actually, comfort is quite detrimental often. Life doesn't need to be always not awkward as well. You can feel awkward with people. That's fine. That happens. That's sometimes kind of good for you, because it helps you to notice the feeling and challenge yourself with the feeling and remove yourself from the situation, or say something to change the situation if you need to. Awkwardness is just another sensation. It's just as valid. But yeah, in the silence with yourself, a lot of people are afraid to go into the silence, and I understand, for sure. It's not comfortable to have to face the things inside yourself, in your past or in your future or in your personality that you don't like, or that you're afraid of, that you're fearing happening, or fearing remembering. And it is uncomfortable, but those things are not going to change until you change them. So yeah, some of these things are going to come up, and what's also going to come up is that because you're in the silence, because you are not distracted by inputs, by other people's thoughts and ideas, by news, by someone's photos, by silly videos, 10-second videos, 3-second videos, shortening our ability of attention span. Because you don't have any of these things going in and causing surface brain noise, you'll be able to actually generate solutions as well to these memories, these problems, whatever has come up inside. You're going to find the solutions, and if you don't find the solutions, you're at least going to start to recognize what you need to do in order to resolve it, or you're going to realize the gaps in your knowledge and the gaps in your experience, the gaps that you need to go forwards and fill. What do you need to learn to resolve something? Is it a skill issue? Is it an experience issue? Is it a fear issue? Is it a concept issue? Of course, many of the issues we have inside, they're actually going to be a combination of psychological and emotional. And honestly, I spend a lot of time what looks like doom scrolling, but my doom scrolling, I'm actually scrolling through Instagram, and the feed that I'm in is just giving me page after page after page of very, I don't know because I'm not professional in it, but what seems to be very good psychological, emotional advice. Um, yeah, I don't know. It's just I'm not a professional in this. I can't say, hey, go and scroll through Instagram to get yourself fixed up. That's not the solution. But the point is that the stuff I've read has shown me how much I don't know. And some of those things for sure have been very good, very useful information. And then I notice the issues inside me, inside my history, inside my personality. I notice these issues again, and I have new knowledge, new perspective, new ideas, new concepts, and then I see these issues from a different perspective. And sometimes I can see the solution. This time around, I can see the solution because I know more than I knew last time. And that's going to have happened with you, whether you're scrolling through self-help guidance on Instagram or seeing some stuff on YouTube, or even if you haven't explicitly learned anything about this stuff, it may be months or years or decades since an event happened, and the amount of things you've learned since then will change your perspective on the issue that is undealt with. And just giving yourself the chance to look at it, give yourself the chance to feel uncomfortable, and the best place to be uncomfortable with yourself is with yourself. If you can just give yourself a bit of time away from everyone, away from everything. This is a long video now. I'm probably going to stop.